And it has really destroyed that traditional value proposition of salespeople. And when you think of it, in the good old days, ancient times, 10 years ago, in the dark ages of the information economy, what was the traditional value that salespeople brought to the table when they met with a customer or prospect that the customer did not have access, easy access to? And they tolerated meeting with a salesperson because they needed what? Well, they needed information. Information, and then on the back end they needed customers. Well, that's changed. I mean, the biggest problem that salespeople are facing today, they've been Googled. Now, what do you think that means? As a salesperson, they've been Googled, meaning the customer or the prospect normally would go through the channel of meeting with the salesperson, but it's so convenient, it's 3 clicks away, and arguably from their perspective, whether they get it from social media, from your website, or from other avenues, they can get access to information quickly, easily, accurately from their perspective, and in some cases they don't even have to meet with the salesperson. They make a lot of their decisions, they do a lot of their research without even meeting a salesperson. So if they meet the salesperson, a lot of times the sale has moved a lot further, and now you have a salesperson who's so traditional in their thinking that their job is to bring information, and then they become a talking website or a talking media kit, and the customer doesn't need that. So that's what's really impacted all the salespeople in this industry. And I've seen very few who've really made a concerted effort to change the way they're selling. So the real competitive advantage that you have today is not really about what you can deliver so much from a selling perspective, not from an audience perspective, but from a selling perspective. Your competitive advantage is not what you provide, it's how you position it. That's it in a nutshell. It's not how you can help someone so much that will make you different. What will really make you different is how you engage your customer differently. That's the remaining competitive advantage that most people have and your salespeople have. But in order to take advantage of that, they have to do something differently in how they approach a customer. Are pretty much saying the same thing about our publication to the same types of people, eliciting pretty much the same type of information, and we're getting within reason the same types of yield, meaning return on investment, meaning, if we talk to 10 and they're qualified, nothing's really changed much. I mean, I see salespeople, I go out on many thousands of sales calls with people. What they're saying, what's coming out of their mouth and what's coming out of their customer's mouth has not changed in 20 years. Even though we've had a revolution in how information is exchanged. So what I think has to really change is what comes out of your mouth and what you expect to come out of your customer's mouth. And usually they will tell you whatever you want to hear. Yeah. Oh yes, we're interested. Oh yes, we're always open to being a part of the community. Oh yes, we'd like to be part of that special section again next year. Oh yes, this fits for us. And then numerous phone calls, numerous unreturned voicemails. What do you find? Well, there's a big difference between their intent and what they acted on. Fit for you. First, I have to understand what your priorities are and see if they fit within the market that we provide. And then your whole mentality is, I am here to listen. I'm still listening and I'm still not convinced. Show me. Where we're just so inclined to what? Show them. Right. That, if you take one thing away, I think, and it's so much more fun to sell this way.
Kind of like fun.
It doesn't matter if I am the equivalent of the New York Times, USA, or Wall Street Journal of community papers. It doesn't matter if I have the greatest thing since sliced bread. If those variables aren't addressed, nothing's going to So stop leading with this. Stop leading with your data about the market you deliver. You're trying to sell people Moses couldn't sell in some cases. And lead with them opening up to you.
Yeah.
But that's harder, but boy, this is a more realistic perspective.
So it's kind of like going in and qualifying, should you be our customer kind of situation.
Yes!